We're here at the HotLink booth at VMworld 2014 with Lynn And so what's exciting going on here at your booth today?
Hey Brian, thanks for stopping over. So this year, as always, we're very focused on hybrid computing, and HotLink is really all about making it easy for VMware customers to be able to mix and match other platforms while still using all their existing VMware management infrastructure. And so this year we're going to be showing not only our Hybrid Express product that again enables simple and easy deployment as well as management of Hyper-V, Zen Server, KVM, and Amazon, all natively using VMware vCenter. We'll also be showing our DR Express product that makes it possible to utilize Amazon as a secondary data center so that VMware customers can have low-cost, rapid recovery in Amazon anytime that there's an on-premise failure. So that's what we're going to see a demo about, and Oded will walk you through that.
Thank you, Lynn. Great to be here. So the demo is relatively simple. We're going to use vCenter, and vCenter is the tool that all of you are already familiar with. However, in this particular case, as you could see here, we already have a Hyper-V cluster with 2 nodes managed as seamlessly and as natively in that single pane of glass vCenter that you're already very familiar with. All the functionality of the cluster and all the functionality around all the virtual machines continues to work. And so if you want, as you can see here, clicking on the Hyper-V, all the data is showing. You can activate DRS on a Hyper-V cluster. Obviously, the same works, as Lynn mentioned, on an Amazon cloud. Here you can see all the Amazon instances all showing inside vCenter. You can see that it's Amazon by virtue of having Amazon as the hardware. Obviously, all the virtual machines and the AMIs are showing all of those Amazon templates. And so here, relatively simple, relatively trivial to use, and for you end users, it's all about extending what you already know to those other hypervisors or public cloud and do it seamlessly and natively. Here we're gathering performance information, and so you don't have to use any other tool for performance gathering. You can continue to use VMware vCenter, or if you already use a different tool that integrates to VMware vCenter, you can continue to do that. If you were to jump on over just quickly to the Amazon world and power on a couple of virtual machines, you see that for change management, all the tasks are being gathered. And the advantage here, if you're already used to seeing change management of VMware, you now continue to see change management across other platforms. Obviously, for day-to-day administration, you need to be able to open a console. And here we're opening a PuTTY session automatically from within vCenter to an Amazon instance. That same functionality obviously works in Hyper-V and Zen Server or KVM itself. Now, obviously, PuTTY is not enough. You need to be able to open RDP sessions to Windows virtual machines, and as you can see here, administration isn't complete until you're capable of doing that for the public cloud. Now, if you already use multiple hypervisors, what's better than being able to create a new virtual machine? Creating a virtual machine is as simple as right-clicking on the host you want to do it, create a new virtual machine, use the new virtual machine wizard from within vCenter, and then a new virtual machine is created. In this particular case, we're creating a Windows virtual machine. You can determine which networking it will use, as you can see here. And once you determine that networking and click Next, obviously thin or thick provisioned, it gets created for you. Again, the beauty here is in the simplicity and the native user interface, or the single user interface that you're already accustomed to using, which is VMware vCenter. In the public cloud, you want or may want to use firewall groups, and firewall groups are relatively easy to manage as long as you can do it from within, or easy to modify as long as you can do it from within vCenter. As you can see here, we enable the creation, the modification, or addition in this particular case of new groups or new security groups altogether, which act as firewall rules for the public cloud. All of it, again, done seamlessly from within VMware vCenter. Other functionality that we may use, and I will touch briefly on, is being able to clone virtual machine. And cloning virtual machine is critical. Being able to take any template that exists on any platform, right-click on it, and determine that you want to create a new virtual machine from it. In this particular case, we have that new virtual machine being a Windows 2008 virtual machine. We are going to launch 3 new instances into a particular security group that's already pre-created, and click on launch. Once you have it, automatically 3 new virtual machines will be created for us in Amazon. That bursting capability is unique to HotLink. Obviously, being able to do it from within vCenter is unique to HotLink, and being able to do it seamlessly will be the benefit all of you guys will hopefully enjoy once you deploy HotLink in your premise. And now that I've mentioned all of those functionalities, let's jump over to DR Express. And see a little bit of DR Express demo. Now, DR Express is all about being able to protect your virtual machine, being able to, once you determine to protect the virtual machine, being able to seed and on an ongoing basis replicate those changes up to Amazon. And so it's as simple as marking the virtual machine for protection. This little checkbox is the tremendous benefit that we added again into vCenter. Once you mark it, we automatically seed that virtual machine into Amazon. And if you have a disaster, you power on your virtual machines in Amazon. And so your whole hardware can essentially corrupt or can be deemed useless, either because of an earthquake like we just had here the other day, or because of a storm. Irrespective, you can choose to bring up your virtual machines in Amazon in any of Amazon's regions, so you're not locked into any one of the regions. And the benefit here, you don't have to pay for that compute up front. You can get all of it in the case you have a disaster only when you actually put it to work. And this ability to pay for it pay for the compute only when you actually need it, tremendous benefit and makes it very cost effective. In this particular case, as I started here, we have 1 virtual machine to protect. You can choose to protect it on any number of DR Express hosts, which we have here, any number of disks. Obviously, in our latest release, we have production coverage for multiple disks, big disks up to 1 terabyte, and so you could choose to do that relatively easy here. You can choose to have an RPO of as little as, say, 5 minutes, or as big as, say, 3 hours. That's your prerogative. You know how quickly you want to replicate those VMs up to Amazon. A consolidation period, configurable as well, very important. You essentially want to dedupe those changes. In this particular case, every 24 hours, so that you only keep the last consolidated point, or as close to a virtual machine in Amazon as you need. Consolidation also has performance benefits, and that is having a consolidated virtual machine already waiting for you in Amazon really means that you'll be able to restore it in the case of a disaster that much faster. You're not restoring little differences or little deltas anymore. You're restoring a consolidated point. And again, RTO, very important for disaster recovery, is kept to minutes using a consolidated virtual machine. Otherwise, retention policy, you can choose to retain any number of deltas up to 500, which is unique, again, for HotLink in the DR space, and those consolidation points for any number of days. So if you have it every 24 hours, you can choose to keep 7 days worth of consolidation points. Very important for performance, very important for save you on storage, because it essentially saves only the deduped version of that consolidation. Once consolidation is done and performance is determined, both in RPO and RTO, you really let the DR server do its thing, and it replicates on an ongoing basis all the virtual machines that you protect and saves them within an encrypted, compressed bucket that we retain for you in Amazon. And that's it for the demo. I hope you like it. I didn't touch many other facets, so I hope you'll come back and check our site at www.hotlink.com, as well as maybe join our labs or webinars that we have every week. Thank you so much.